A lot of unknowns, of course, from the track. Not having raced with this new generation of cars, so I think FP1, of course, again is going to be very important to get hopefully quickly in a good rhythm, and honestly just work from there. See what you get. I do think that the new sprint format is better. It gives you also more opportunity to still work on the car. It seems all a bit more logic, I would say, and I think that's what we needed.
I think it's going to be a very interesting weekend overall because, not having done any practice here before, we all the teams coming pretty blind, so will be interesting to see where the asphalt is, where the grip level are, and I think we will go from there.
I think the level of confidence is quite stable since the beginning of the season. On paper, I think it's a track where we could be a bit stronger compared to Suzuka, but we'll just approach it the same way. I still think that Red Bull will have the upper hand this weekend, and we'll just have to focus on ourselves because it can be very easy, as we've seen, especially in qualifying in Suzuka. I didn't do a good job the Saturday, and then you don't go from 4th to 5th, but you go from 4th to 8th, and so it's going to be very important, especially on sprint weekend. We've got 2 qualifying this weekend to extract the maximum out of the car.
There is nothing in particular in the car that I like or dislike, apart from a more stable platform that just gives you less bad moments during the lap. It gives you less scares. Last year during a qualifying lap or during a race, we would have a lot of big moments, that we didn't understand where they were coming from, and it was taking away confidence in general.
Yeah, we've been happy with how the season started. I think we're in a good qualifying battle with, Aston, Mercedes is very close, and even last weekend ahead of Ferrari. But I think the order is still clear, and I think in the racing we've done a good job. Not as good as Red Bull, but and Ferrari, but ahead of Aston and Mercedes. So I think we're in a good spot. This wasn't a great circuit for us in 2019, but many things have changed since then. So I'm still optimistic we can have a good weekend.
We've not been great in slow corners for a while, and there's a lot of slow corners here. So, our strengths are kind of the high-speed stuff. There's not really any high-speed corners here. There's 7 and 8, but that's about it. So we'll see. When we say we'll struggle, I think it's been very close between sort of us, Mercedes, Aston. We've gotten close-ish to Ferrari a couple of times, but we might just slip a little bit further back in that this weekend.
I think it's always very important to look at yourself first before anybody else. I think we've all got to focus on our own areas, and we are the drivers. Our job is to drive the car as fast as possible, but also help direct the team forward in the developments that we want from the race car. So we're spending a lot of time on the simulator trying to find out what it was from the previous weekend we could have done better, what it is moving forward we need to be doing with the car, and what it is sort of mid to longer term that needs to be changed.
It's never an easy time when you have to make some decisions, especially right now for me is probably my last contract. So I wanted to make sure that it was the right decision, first of all, to keep racing in Formula One and to have the strength and the motivation to keep racing for a few more years from my side, and then after that just making sure that the team has the targets and the goals for the next few years to be ambitious and to try to keep getting better and better. So it was, I think, a very happy decision for me. I'm obviously extremely proud to represent Aston Martin for the next few years. We started the journey last year and in a very good way, and we keep on working. So extremely proud, happy, and let's see what we can do.
I think over time you understand how to manage your time and your energy and your recovery, and just realizing that every day is a new day and you get up and try your best. If you're someone that's like when we're training as athletes, for example, so if you're like running 40, 50 miles a week, if you was to do 100 miles a week, doesn't mean you're going to win a race. So it's really more about where you put your energy into. It's the communication with the team, as George mentioned. It's continuing to try to leave no stone unturned. And me personally, it's something I'm thinking about all the time.
I look forward to it. It's a track I enjoyed in the past, and haven't been here in a long time, so it's definitely going to be a challenge for everyone. Only one practice session to get the car dialed and get back into the groove with this track, etc. But I look forward to the challenge.
Yeah, it's every race week I'm resetting myself, but like you said, definitely we're having a good races, last couple of races. So yeah, it's in a good shape, I would say, overall as a team. But at the same time here, it's a sprint qualifying format. For me, it's a new track for me, so we have only one free practice to get used to it for myself, and also also for the car. So it won't be easy, but I do as much as we can, and hopefully we can score points in the race.
A little bit of improved and enhanced performance. Hopefully, it's not a major, huge update. Some little bits and bobs that look good on paper and in theory, but as always, you have to verify them on track, make sure the correlation is good. But better to have upgrade this early in the season in the tight midfield battle than not to have them.
I think it's encouraging that we're putting on upgrades. I think the upgrade is not like a revolutionary one. It's not gonna, it's not a big upgrade, but it's early in the season, and it's encouraging that we're starting to bring stuff to the car already at this point in the season. But excited to see if it delivers. But it's the expectation is not that it's gonna be a big gain, but it's I think over this year hopefully we can bring more upgrades of this smaller nature.
The main thing is just the work that's been done back at the factory to get the cars ready. The team have done a massive job to get all the parts ready for the weekend, and let's see how this one goes. I think, as you said, it's an opportunity weekend, let's say, and we've got all the parts ready now to go racing.
It's amazing, of course, to have the opportunity finally get a race to home. Obviously, been missing that over the last two seasons when I started my career in Formula One, and great to be back. Great to see all the track facility that I used to being on the other side of the circuit, which is the grandstand, watching, being a little fan of F1, and then coming back here being an F1 driver. So can't wait. A lot of mixed emotion, of course, going through the weekend.
I look back, there's been a lot. Obviously 2018 is a standout, but remember 2016, front row and led for a few laps, and we got a puncher and whatever. It was a crazy race, but that was a good one. Anyway, I'm not going to go through all the races, but it was good. And then the last time we were here, 2019, it was kind of the race that kick-started everything with my Renault campaign. We struggled the first few races and then came here and kind of found something, and that was really positive, I think, from that race onwards for us. So yeah, it's kind of, I'd love to replicate that 5 years later.
Obviously, yes, we've qualified now twice in Q2 in Australia and in Suzuka, but in Suzuka we also had damage at the start, which didn't help things, but we struggled more definitely in Suzuka. So I think we did a step forward in qualifying recently, but we still need to work on the race pace.
Yeah, I mean, the team did a very good job bringing one of the package we're supposed to have in Miami and fast track it to China. So that's very good. I think they did amazing work. Operationally, that upgrade, this new chassis and new flow went on Esteban side, just because it made things easier for the team. So I'll have to wait Miami, which is not ideal. But then, I mean, looking at the positive, it should definitely be a good step forward. It's the first big package we bring to the track, so it should bring us closer to the points.
It's good to be back, and for sure with my teammate as well. It's been quite busy, but amazing support, and actually as a track, it's really good fun and good for racing. So been waiting for this.
First time here, so big learning step for me, but for the team as well. The last time they were here was with the old generation car, and the track has changed since then, so there's a lot to get on top of. But nonetheless, I think having a sprint weekend still offers opportunity, a chance to keep building throughout the weekend. Having the chance to change the car before qualifying as well is also quite nice.